Hello, happy to be here today. Goose is also happy to be here today, representing the mental health of faculty and students here at Rutgers as a valued assistant. So Rutgers is a research university. I am a scientist, and cutting-edge research here at Rutgers contributes to the health, environmental, social, and financial well-being of residents across the state, not just the people that are here at Rutgers. Research here at Rutgers brought in grants and contracts that make up nearly a quarter of Rutgers' total operating revenue, and research at Rutgers also supports our teaching mission. Rutgers research contributes to training undergraduate students through enhancing course-based learning and through training undergraduates in research skills. My own lab has 7 undergraduate assistants right now, 5 of whom are about to graduate. And our researchers also train the graduate and postdoctoral students who make up the bulk of the scientific workforce in the state and at Rutgers, and conducting the actual science that goes in our grants and publications. I started my lab here in 2020, which was a real great time to start anything, attracted by Rutgers' investment in basic science research and in developing the potential of junior faculty. But the past 6 years have been challenging for researchers at every career stage. The pandemic, local infrastructure failures, and changes in federal funding priorities have led to substantial research disruptions, and funding gaps even to senior continuously funded faculty have disrupted productive research enterprises and resulted in the loss of talented postdocs and graduate students at Rutgers. Research is funded by fixed grant budgets for fixed terms. We can't get more funding when costs go up, when the microscope room floods, or when our fringe rates increase. And our grants cap the amount that we can spend on graduate student salaries, fringe, and tuition below the level that's required here at Rutgers, which reduces the number of graduate students Rutgers labs can support, and thus the number of senior lab personnel who can support and supervise our undergraduates. The Trump administration wants to end higher education and scientific research as we know it. We need to fight for our future as a research university, educating the students who will become Jersey's healthcare providers, pharma leaders, and engineers, and who will make the fundamental scientific discoveries that power the next generation of innovation. We are demanding that the university cover cost increases that come with our negotiated raises, provide financial support for doctoral student tuition, provide bridge funding programs across all units to help sustain us through this administration, and to expand emergency funding programs for the as yet unseen but foreseeable catastrophes. Investing in researchers is investing in STEM education, professional training, and the future of science. The federal government is reducing investment in science at the same time as the Rutgers administration wants to pass the burden of supporting research costs at the university down to individual departments and labs while making a profit on our grants. We must unite for our future as a research university by demanding that the university invest in us. Because unlike the football team, we know that investment in STEM research actually pays off in future grant funding, in educating clinicians and researchers, and in improving the well-being of everyone in New Jersey.
Thank you, Annika and Goose. Our final speaker for today is Alyssa Lee, who's a graduate fellow studying quantitative biomedicine. Alyssa.
Hi, my name is Alyssa. I'm a graduate student, a union member, and a member of Rutgers Young Democratic Socialists of America. I'm here today to talk about how students, faculty, and staff can come together to keep ICE off our campus. I'm really proud to share that the union has endorsed Schools Drop ICE, a student-led campaign to make Rutgers safe for all and to end contracts with ICE corporate collaborators. ICE is here in New Jersey, targeting the most vulnerable members of our community, our undocumented international and Latino students, staff, faculty, and neighbors. How can people learn or work when they're afraid that they or their families could be abducted or imprisoned? Rutgers has failed to clarify what their response will be when ICE shows up on campus. We call on Rutgers to treat ICE presence on or near campus as an emergency. They should release a detailed plan of action to make sure every student, staff, and faculty member knows what to do if ICE shows up. They should promise us that they will defend our vulnerable community members and never cooperate with ICE.
Right.
That brings me to my second point. Ending cooperation with ICE's corporate enablers. ICE needs cars to drive in, planes to deport people, and hotels to stay in. Without corporate cooperation, ICE has no power. The planes that fly our Rutgers athletes are the very same planes ICE uses to deport people in chains. The cars we drive and the hotels we stay in are the same ones ICE relies on to terrorize our communities. We are demanding Rutgers end its contracts with the companies that enable ICE to function: Enterprise Rental Cars, Global X Airlines, Hilton Hotels, and Target. We can win this fight. When working with ICE starts to hurt these companies' profits, they back down. We've already seen a successful nationwide boycott that forced Avilo Airlines to cut its ties with ICE. When we fight, we win. Our petition for schools drop ICE at Rutgers just hit 4,000 signatures. In addition, students are rallying outside the Rutgers Board of Governors meeting today at 1 p.m. to demand Rutgers stand up to ICE. Our momentum is growing, and we can win this. The theme of this year's contract campaign is Unite for Our Future, Defend Our Communities. Students and workers here must unite to stand in solidarity with all members of our community, especially those being targeted by ICE. Thank you and stay strong.
Thank you, Alyssa. So that's our final speaker for the day, and this is a press conference, so we would like to open up the opportunity if anybody from the press would like to ask any questions of our speakers. We could entertain questions at this time. You could also come up after we disperse if you'd like to speak to anybody individually, or Hank, are you coordinating that piece? Or okay, so if you approach Hank Callett here, he can help you with any questions you might have. Thank you again to all of our speakers, and thank you for members of the press and community for coming out. As our contract theme is, we're united for the future to defend our community. This is what our union is about. We represent the faculty, the staff, and programs. We represent graduate workers, postdocs, librarians, EOF counselors, and clinicians. So we are the people that make Rutgers work every single day, and we want to make sure that it works for the community and for the people that do the work, not just the people on the top, and that's what we're here for. So thank you for coming out.